Hello everyone, myself Srivalli, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Cybersecurity and Data Science in MLR Institute of Technology. So today, the overview of presentation includes lattice and its examples, properties of lattice and types of lattices. So let us understand first what is meant by lattice. So here, what is meant by lattice here? A poset in which every pair of elements has both a least upper bound and a greatest lower bound is called a lattice. So here in the previous session we have already discussed how to find out the lower bounds and upper bounds, and from the lower bounds how to find out greatest lower bound, and from the upper bounds how to find out the least upper bounds. So here if you consider one Hasse diagram, and for every Hasse diagram, in that every pair of elements if you can able to find out join and meet, that is nothing but GLB and LUB, then we can say that it is called a lattice. So here you have to consider here LUB, which is nothing but least upper bound. So this least upper bound we can call it as join, and greatest lower bound, that is GLB, which is called here meet. So which is nothing but A dot B, and this one we can consider it as A plus B. So this is just a representation of this join and meet, which is nothing but LUB and GLB. So here there are two binary operations defined for lattices. That is what here join and meet means. The other names for LUB and GLB are called join and meet. So the join of two elements is their least upper bound, which is nothing but we can denote with OR. So here A or B. So this is least upper bound, which is nothing but A or B, which is nothing but here. So A plus B, and this is called join. And here GLB is also there, that we can denote with here AND symbol. The meet of two elements is the greatest lower bound. So which is nothing but A and B, which is nothing but here A dot B, and which is here meet. So here this is what join and meet. So the poset in which in every pair of elements, poset is nothing but here, so P comma less than or equal to. So for this P comma less than or equal to, we can able to find out the Hasse diagram, means we can able to represent this partial ordered set in the form of diagrammatic, which is nothing but we can call the diagrammatic representation of that poset is called Hasse diagram. And for that Hasse diagram, we already know how to find out least elements, greatest elements, minimal, maximal. And if the subset is also given, we can able to find out lower, upper bounds, GLB and LUB. Now, in that particular Hasse diagram, if every pair of elements is called GLB and LUB, which is nothing but meet and join, if you can able to find out meet and join, then that is called the particular Hasse diagram. We can also call it as here lattice. So here let us understand here with the help of an example. So let us suppose here I am going to consider one Hasse diagram. So this is called 1, 2. As we know that Hasse diagram always will be represented from bottom to up. So this is 1, 2, 4. Let us suppose 16 also. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So this is called P comma less than or equal to. So this is Hasse diagram. And for this, what is the least element here? 1. What is the greatest element here? 16. What are minimal elements here? Minimal element is also called as only 1. And what are maximal elements here? 16. As we have only single elements, we can say that 1 is the least element, that itself is called minimal element. 16 is called greatest element, that itself is called maximal element. So here for this, if you take any subset here, for example, I am going to take one subset which is called 4 and 8. So for this, what are called lower bounds, what are called upper bounds, what are called GLB, and what is called LUB. So 4 and 8 is called subset which is called X element, also called Y element here. So now if you observe, for every X element, now let us suppose Y. So Y is less than or equal to 4 and 8, means this 1 is less than or equal to X elements 4 and 8. I can include 1 as a lower bound. And even 2 is less than 4, less than 8, I can include 2 also. 4 is less than or equal to 4 and less than 8 also. I can include 4 also, lower bound. So 8 is less than, it is less than or equal to 8, but it is not less than 4. I cannot include 8 as a lower bound. And even 16 is not less than 4 and 8. So I cannot include lower bounds as 8 and 16. So I can stop up to here and the lower bounds are here 1, 2, 4. Now from this lower bound, which one is the nearest to the subset given? So obviously 4 element is the nearest to the subset. So that's why we can include 4 as the greatest lower bound. So here in the same way, next upper bounds. What are upper bounds here? So 16 we can include. So 18 we can include. 8 we can include. Why? Because 16 is greater than 8 and 4. 8 is greater than 8 and greater than or equal to 8 and greater than 4 also. So I can include here 16, 8. So here 16 is greater than 8 and 4. 8 is greater than or equal to 8 and 4. But 4 here it is greater than or equal to 8 but it is not greater than 8. So I can stop up to here and the upper bounds are 16, 8. Now out of this, which one is the greatest? So which one is the nearest to the subset given? So obviously here 8 is the nearest to the subset given here. That's why 8 is called least upper bound. So this is like how we have to find out here. This is already we have seen in the last session also. But for this particular Hasse diagram, no, for this is a Hasse diagram. Now we have to check whether this Hasse diagram is called a lattice or not. So what is meant by lattice here? For every pair of elements, means here if you consider any pair of elements. So here what are the elements we have? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So out of this, let us consider any pair of elements. Let us suppose here 1, 2. Okay, so for example 1, 2 elements are there. So this is called 1, this is called 2. Now for this, if you can able to find out least upper bound and greatest lower bound. So now if you observe here, as 1 itself is called lower bound, then we can say that this itself is called GLB, greatest lower bound, which is called here meet. And now here, so 2. So this is a subset I am taking here. So the other one are also called upper bounds, which are there above here 2, which is nothing but 4, 8, 16. But which one is the nearest to the subset 2 itself? Then this is itself is called LUB, which is called join. Then 1 and 2 is called here join and meet. Means for the subset given, I am finding that join and meet is available here. And so in the same way here, if you take 2 and 4, so for this here, this one itself is called GLB and this one itself called here join, which is nothing but LUB. And if you consider here 4 and 8, so it is not mandatory that you need to take sequence elements like 2 and 4 or 4 and 8. So you can also consider 2 and 8 also. For this also we have join and meet. So even 4 and 8 also we have join and meet. So like this, if you consider for every pair of elements, we have here join and meet. So then I can say that this particular Hasse diagram is also called lattice. So let us consider one more example also here. So for example, here I am going to consider 1, 2, 3, 6. This is one example I have taken. So for example, so for this 1, 2, 3, 6, this is one Hasse diagram here I have taken. So let me write here itself. So this is second one. And this is first one. Now here 6, 1, 2, 3, 6. So here for this, so can we find out? So let us consider any pair of elements. Let us suppose I am going to consider 1 and 2. So if I consider 1 and 2 pair of elements, yes, we have here join and meet. So why? Because 1 itself is called lower bound, that is itself is called GLB also. And here upper bounds are here 6 and 2. And here out of this 2 itself is called the join, which is called LUB, least upper bound and GLB. So like this, if you consider 1 and 3 also, we have join and meet. So we have join and meet also. And if you consider 2 and 6, also we have join and meet. So we have join and we have meet. And if you consider 3, 6, we have join and meet. What about 2 and 3? If you consider 2 and 3, so here we can say that as 2 and 3 are not connected, as they don't have any relation, we cannot able to find out join and meet. But it is not the case like that. So if you observe 2 and 3, we have the lower element for 2 and 3, which is called as 1. And for 2 and 3, we have the upper bound, which is called as 6, which is nothing but, so this itself is called here meet and this is called join. So for 2 and 3, we have the meet. So we have the join also here, which is nothing but here. So this is join and this is meet. 6 is called join and here 1 is called meet. Means even for 2 and 3 also, means as they are not connected, but even for 2 and 3 also we can able to find out join and meet here. Then this is also called a lattice here. So like this we can able to find out for the Hasse diagram whether that particular Hasse diagram is called a lattice or not. So next we have here properties of lattices. So what is the properties of lattice? See here, for everyone we can have some properties like identity property, idempotent property, commutative property, associative property, absorption property, and also we have distributive property. So here, what is idempotent property? So A dot A is equal to A plus A is equal to A. So means this is multiplication and this is addition, which is nothing but here meet and join. So if you at all, if you consider A dot A, that you should get only the identical element which is called as A only. And even if you do here join, so you should get only that identical element. In the same way, commutative property, A dot B is equal to B dot A. And A plus B is equal to B plus A. So this is commutative property. Even if you interchange the values, you should get the same values here. Associativity. Here we will consider 3 elements here. So A dot B dot C is equal to A dot B dot C. Means the brackets will be there for A dot B here, left side, right side, B dot C brackets will be there. So in the same way here I have applied plus operator. And here absorption property. So A dot B plus C is equal to A. So here A plus B dot C is equal to A. So this is for addition. This is for multiplication here. This is for addition here. Now distributive property. So A dot B plus C is equal to, I am just distributing this A to all the elements whichever are there included in the brackets. A dot B plus B dot A dot C. Now A plus B dot C is equal to A plus B dot A plus C. So this is A plus B and this is A plus C. So now let us consider one example here. So if you consider here, and one more thing, we have some note also. Let me read that and then we'll go for example also. In the above properties means GLB and dot means GLB here. So and plus means here LUB. Mean this multiplication dot means here we can say that this is GLB, greatest lower bound, the lower bound elements. And here plus means here least upper bound, which is called as here, so join. So this is meet. Multiplication means here meet, that is nothing but greatest lower bound. Addition means here join, which is nothing but LUB. So all lattices will satisfy the first 4 properties. Means if you consider anything, any Hasse diagram, if you can able to find out that it is a lattice, so any lattice will satisfy the first 4 properties. But some lattices will not satisfy the distributive property, they are saying. So the lattices which satisfy distributive property, we can say that those are called distributive lattices. And if they are not satisfying the distributive property, they are called non-distributive lattices. So here, let us consider one example here. So here, so let us suppose here A, B, so this is 0 and this is 1, this is C. So I have considered one Hasse diagram. So which is already called it as one lattice. Now whether it is satisfying the properties of lattices or not. So if you consider A dot A, so if you consider A dot A, always you will get A only. Why? Because A dot A is nothing but what here? This is called meet, which is called GLB. And even if you consider A plus A, you will get only A. So this is idempotent property. So next we have commutative property. What is commutative property? A dot B. So if you consider A dot B, dot is nothing but here down element. So A dot B, you will get over here B dot A. So A dot B is what here? A. And B dot A also you will get A only. Means it is satisfying the condition. So in the same way, if you consider A plus B, so here A plus B is what? B. And even if you consider B plus A, you will get B only. So the condition is satisfying for commutative property. So it is satisfying here. So in the same way here, associative property. So what is associative property here? So A dot B dot C is equal to A dot B dot C. So let us check for 1 meter. So here if it is satisfying, then that is also will satisfy here. So A dot B dot C. So what is B dot C? If you consider B dot is nothing but always meet down element. So B C dot, so which is nothing but you will get 0. And if you consider A dot B, so here A dot B you will get A only, the down element, as we are taking meet here. Now A dot C. So A into 0 you will get 0. And if you consider A C dot C, you will get 0 only. So now as the condition is satisfying, as LHS is equal to RHS, then we can say that associative property will be satisfying here. So in the same way, if you go to absorption property, what is absorption property? A dot B plus C is equal to A here. So absorption property here, A dot B plus C is equal to A. So what is B plus C here? B plus C means 1. So B plus C. Plus means what here? It is LUB, least upper bound, which is called join. Join means always upward. 1 you have got. So is equal to A. A into 1 is equal to A is equal to A. LHS is equal to RHS. So that's why this absorption property is also satisfying. So now if you observe identity property, commutative, associative and even absorption property is also satisfying. Then let us check for distributive property here. So what is distributive property here? So here if you observe distributive property. So here A dot B plus C is equal to, so here A dot B plus A dot C. Now what is A dot B plus C? B plus C is 1 here. So now A dot B is A and A dot C is 0. So now if you observe here, so A dot B is what here? A and A dot C is what? 0. Now if you observe A dot 1 is equal to A is equal to A. So in the same way if you consider A plus B dot C is equal to A plus B dot A plus C. So what is B dot C? Here B dot C is what? 0 and A into 0. A plus B is what here? You will get B. B into A plus C is what? 1. So now if you observe here, A is not equal to B here. So now if you observe carefully, LHS is not equal to RHS. So now we can say that this particular Hasse diagram, this particular lattice is not a distributive lattice as it is not satisfying the condition of the distributive property. So that's why they are saying that here the lattices which satisfy distributive property are called distributive lattice, which is not satisfying distributive property is called non-distributive lattice. So now if you observe, this lattice is satisfying first 4 properties but it is not satisfying the distributive property, that's why it is called non-distributive lattice. Now let us check which one is called distributive lattice, means which satisfies all the 5 properties here. So here let us suppose here I am taking A, B, C, D. So now here A dot B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C. Now if you observe here, B plus C is always C only, the upper element. Now A dot B is always here A element and A dot C is always A element. Now here A dot C is what here? A dot C is A only. Again A plus A is also called A element. So in the same way check for A plus B dot C is equal to A plus B dot A plus C. So now here if you observe B dot C, what is B dot C here? B. So A plus B you will get. Now A plus B is what here? B and A plus C is C. So now if you observe here A plus B, so what is A plus B here? So A plus B is B and B dot C is B only. So now if we observe, the condition is satisfying here, both the LUB and GLB, that is join and meet conditions are satisfying here, then I can say this particular lattice is called distributive lattice. So here no need to check for the other 4 properties. Why? Because any lattice will satisfy the first 4 properties, but the lattice with satisfying distributive property is called distributive lattice, otherwise it is called non-distributive lattice. So if you observe in the previous diagram, that is lattice, but we can say that it is not a distributive lattice because the distributive property is not satisfying. But here if you observe, this lattice is called a distributive lattice also, as the distributive property conditions are satisfying here. So next we have here types of lattices. So here we have 3 types of lattices, and what are those are? So bounded lattice, and we have complete lattice, and also we have complemented lattice. So now what is meant by bounded lattice? So a lattice L is said to be bounded lattice if and only if it has a greatest element and also least element. So here greatest element is nothing but here we have to consider it as 1. Least element is nothing but it should have 0. So in bounded lattice, a greatest element is always denoted by 1 and least element is always denoted by 0. So which is nothing but if the lattice is having least and greatest element. So greatest and least elements are what here? It should have single unique elements, and that single unique elements we are considering it as 0 and 1. Now if you consider here, this lattice is called a greatest element, that is called bounded lattice. Why? Because we have least element and we also have greatest element. So now let us suppose here, if I consider 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. So this is like n comma natural numbers less than or equal to. So now if you observe here, for every, so if you consider this is having a least element, but we don't have greatest element here, then I can say that this is not a bounded lattice. But can I make it as a bounded lattice? Yes, I can make it as a bounded lattice. So for example here, for every A belongs to natural numbers. So for all A, if A is less than or equal to X, it is nothing but here I am going to consider one A element, and that A is always less than or equal to X element. Then obviously here we have the greatest element also, that X element here. Least element, I have least element, I have greatest element also. Then it is nothing but this is called bounded lattice. So in the same way we have complete lattice. So what is meant by complete lattice here? A lattice L is said to be complete lattice if each of its non-empty subsets has LUB and GLB. So if you observe here, so lattice itself is called if any pair of elements. So we have already discussed here the definition of lattice is if every pair of elements is having LUB and GLB, that is called a lattice. But here every subset, so it is not same as the lattice definition here. So why? Because if every pair of elements are satisfying GLB and LUB, it is not the case as subsets are equal here. So if any subset, if every subset is having GLB and LUB, then we can say that it is called a complete lattice here. So every pair of elements are not equal to subset of elements, that we have to understand here. So if you observe here A, D, B, C, 1, 0. Now if you consider any subset, or if you consider any subset, if you can able to have LUB and LUB and GLB, then I can say that this is called a complete lattice. So here in the same way we have next lattice, complemented lattice. So what is meant by this complemented lattice? So here let L be a bounded lattice, means bounded lattice is nothing but definitely you should have 1 and 0. It should have greatest element and least elements. So let L be a bounded lattice with the least element 0 and the greatest element as 1. Let A be an element of L. An element in L is called a complement of A if only if it satisfies 2 conditions. So if 2 conditions are satisfying, then we can say that element is called complement of A. So that is nothing but if A or B is equal to 1, which is nothing but if A plus B is equal to 1 and if A dot B is equal to 0. If these 2 conditions are satisfying, then I can say that A is a complement of B or B is a complement of A. See, for example here, let us suppose I am going to consider A, B. So this is 0 and this is 1, this is A, B. So if you consider here, what is the complement of A? A is the complement of what? So if you consider here, if you take A plus B, you are getting 1. And if you are taking A dot B, that is nothing but meet, you are getting 0. Then I can say that A's complement is B and B's complement is what? A here. So in the same way, if you consider another example. So what is another example here? So for example, A, B, C, this is 1, this is 0. Now, what is the complement of A here? So, here if you observe, A plus B is equal to 1, A dot B equal to 0, then I can include B is the complement of A. In the same way, A plus C is equal to 1, A dot C equal to 0, I can include C also complement of A. Now, in the same way, if I consider B's complement, you will get A comma C. C complement, if you write A comma B, you will get. So, this is like how to find out the complements. See, for example, let us suppose I am going to consider so here, so let us suppose here I am going to take, so this is C, this is 1, this is 0. So here A, B. So now what is the complement of A here? So if you consider A here, so what is A plus B? So here A plus B is what here? A plus B is equal to B. And A dot B is equal to A. Means you are not getting A's complement as B. I cannot include B here. So then what is the then can I include C here? Yes, I can include C. Why? Because A plus C you are getting 1. So here A plus C is equal to 1 and A dot C equal to 0. I can include C. So here for A's complement I can include only C as C is the complement of A. So if I consider for B, I cannot include B by A. Why? Because it is vice versa. So here A plus B is B and A dot B is what? Here A only. So I can include only B, but for B also C. Whereas for C's complement, I can include A comma B. So why? Because A plus C is what? 1. A dot C is 0. In the same way, B plus C is 1 and B dot C is 0. So like this, I can able to find out here complements here. This is called complement lattice. So and one more note here we have, a bounded lattice is said to be complemented lattice if every element has at least one complement in the lattice here. Means we can say that first of all, a complemented lattice should satisfy bounded, and that bounded lattice will be complemented if at least one complement in the lattice. Means for example, if you are getting A complement is equal to, even though you have multiple elements, A, B, C element, 3 elements in the Hasse diagram in the lattice, at least you should have one element as complement. Then we can say that is called a complemented lattice. So here, and we have one more lattice here, isomorphic lattice. So what is meant by isomorphic here? A lattice L1 and L2 are said to be isomorphic lattice if there is a bijection. So basically we have seen a bijection. So in the next concept we are going to see functions concept only. So bijection is nothing but a function which satisfies 1 to 1 and on to function. And if there is that bijection from L1 to L2, which is nothing but you should have two lattices. And if there is a if there is a mapping, that is bijection from L1 to L2, so we can say that is nothing but what? F is a function, L1 is one lattice and L2 is another lattice. So such that if F of A or B is equal to F of A or F of B, or F of A and B is equal to F of A and F of B, then we can say that is called isomorphic lattice. So where A comma B are nothing but what? The lattices which belongs to L1, and F of A comma F of B are nothing but they are belonging to L2 lattice. Means for example, if you have some elements here and if you have the same elements like A, B, C, D, and if these elements are mapping to all other elements which are presenting in the next lattice, so then I can say that these are called F of B, F of A, F of C and F of D. Means the number of elements, the number of nodes should be same here. the number of edges also should be same in both the lattices. Then I can say that L1 lattice is equal to L2 lattice, which is nothing but a bijection it is following, and then we can say that those are called isomorphic lattices. So next we have distributive lattice. A lattice L is called distributive lattice if for any element A, B, C of L, if it satisfies two conditions, two following distributive properties. What are those? A or, so here A and B or C is equal to A and B or A and C. And the same way A or B and C is equal to A or B and A or C. So if these two conditions are satisfying, which is nothing but just now we have seen in the properties of lattice here, A dot B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C, which is nothing but, this is nothing but meet here. So this meet is nothing but what here? End, first one. In the same way here, A plus B dot C is equal to A plus B dot A plus C. So this is nothing but second one here. If these two conditions are satisfying, then we can say that this is called a distributive lattice. If the lattice L does not satisfy these two properties, then it is called non-distributive lattice. So for this we have seen example also what is distributive lattice and what are called as non-distributive lattice here. So this is about all the properties of lattice and types of lattice. So by this today we'll end the session here, as what we have discussed today in this session is, so what is meant by lattice, how to find out the GLB and LUB, which is nothing but join and meet, how to find out the particular lattice. So if every pair of elements is having GLB and LUB join and meet, we can say that is called a lattice. And what are the properties of lattice we have discussed with example, and what are the types of lattice we have discussed along with the examples. So by this we will end the session for today. Thank you.